Reading from Walden by Henry David Thoreau, section Solitude.
I have never felt lonesome or in the least oppressed by a sense of solitude. But once, and that was a few weeks after I came to the woods for an hour, I doubted if the near neighborhood of a man was essential to a serene and healthy life.
We highlighted in pink because we realized he is alone, but he's rarely lonely. And we underlined the word serene because it's a vocab word.
To be alone was something unpleasant, but I was at the same time conscious of a slight insanity in my mood and seemed to foresee my recovery. In the midst of what suddenly sensible of the sense and beneficent society in nature.
We highlighted this in green because he knows he is going a little crazy and thinks about it and thinks about the future and how it will all go away after he thinks about the beneficent and what he says, the beneficent society in nature, meaning he's thinking about the good and beneficial parts of why he's out there.
Every little pine needle expanded and swelled with sympathy and befriended me. I was so distantly made aware of the presence of something kindred to me, even in scenes which we are accustomed to call wild and dreary, and also the nearest of blood to me. The inhumanist was not a person nor a villager, that I thought no place could even be strange to me again. Some of my pleasantest hours were during the long rainstorm in the spring or fall, confined me to the house for the afternoon as well as the forenoon. Every early twilight ushered in long evenings in which many thoughts had time to take root and unfold themselves.
Men frequently say to me, I should think you would feel lonesome down there, and want to be nearer to folks, rainy and snowy days and nights especially. I am tempted to rely on such. This whole earth which we inhabit is but a point in space. How far apart, think you, dwell the two most distant inhabitants of yonder star, the breadth of whose disk cannot be appreciated by our instruments?
We underline breath because we're not really sure why it's spelled with a D. Maybe it's a old-fashioned way of spelling it.
And we also underlined it because it was kind of confusing and we weren't really sure what it meant.
Why should I feel lonely? It is not our planet, the Milky Way. This which you put seems to me not be the most important question. What sort of space is that which separates a man from his fellows and makes him solitary? I have found that no exertion of the legs can bring two minds much nearer to one another. What do we want to dwell near to? Not too many men, surely. The depot, the post office, the barroom, the meeting house, the schoolhouse, the grocery, Beacon Hill, or the 5 Points where men most congregate,
And we underlined Beacon Hill because it's a connection to Boston where we live, and 5 Points because we weren't really sure what it was.
But to the perennial source of our life.
And we underlined perennial because it's a vocab word.
Whence in all our experience we have found that to issue as the willow stands near the water and sends out its roots in that direction. This will vary with different natures, but this is the place where a wise man will dig his cellar.